Yo, welcome back, guys, to another podcast episode. Uh, we are doing we are doing another podcast episode. We're going to react to more of the thing was called um thing was called the Zach Sang Show, and this time it's with Jim Fallon. So, woohoo! So let's get on with it and share some more serious memories.
This is cool.
Hey, this is good. This is cool.
This is nice.
Zach, I'm excited that we're doing this. This is exciting. Who came up with the logo?
I did. We've been on we've used the couch a lot throughout the studio, like throughout the studio's history.
Yeah,
Couch.
It's almost like it's not even really a couch. It's a little bit. What do you call that? Like a two-person couch.
We love seat.
Yes, that's what it
we
looks like.
love seats more than couches. Yes,
You like love seats. Do you hear that? Isn't that interesting?
it is interesting.
Like you don't love seats.
No,
You like love seats. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, I have a
right?
lot because sometimes there's enough room and you feel nice and cozy, and then
love
sometimes
a
there's
love
not
seat.
enough room.
But see, I doubled down the love there. I love seat. You liked love seats.
Sure.
But you should make a Zach saying love seat.
Yeah.
Or would you make a couch?
Yeah.
If you got in the furniture business.
I'd probably make a couch that could double as a love seat. People like modular situations these days.
Like a removable section?
Yeah, people like to have pick and choose.
Yeah, but then what do you do with that section?
Well, you can use it maybe as an ottoman.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful human. I'm Zach, and that's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hi. How you doing? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. Sorry. I'm happy to be here with you, but you're actually here.
I'm literally at your house.
That's true, yeah. You're actually at my loft.
Can I ask, like, how do you view this place? Like, how do you perceive 30 Rock? Like, what is it to you at this point?
To me, it feels like home only because I've been here for a long time. I mean, I started SNL back in 1998. So how many years is that? 20 something years? 26 years?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So I've been in this building for 26 years or 25 years. Crazy.
But you come in today with a different purpose, right? Like you have, I don't know, man. I have so much to ask, but also like we have an album to dissect because
You can go get into it. Let's go. You can ask me anything
Yeah, but
about
the truth is, like, I never get to interview somebody that is of your caliber who does this, right? Like we talk to famous people all the time, mostly musicians. But the reality is, like, you are a multi-hyphenate, and music definitely matters to you because your career starts really. A lot of it is rooted in a guitar and a troll, correct?
Oh my gosh, yes. I started out. My mom heard about an impression contest on the radio, and she was like, "You shouldn't enter that contest because I hear all those voices you do in your room." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "What else have you heard in my in my room?" Okay. So I entered this contest, and I did voices of this is someone got me a troll doll for graduation, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I turned it into an act where I was like. Different people being a sponsor or a spokesperson for the troll doll. So I'd be like John Travolta or something, and I'd be like, "She's like, swear to God, like who plays with these like troll dolls? Who does his hair? Like what kind of hair is on these troll dolls? Right? It's like so weird. I can't believe this." And then I ended up winning, and then I won the contest, and it was $1,000.
Wow!
And I go, "Oh my gosh, I made $1,000." I was 17 years old, senior in high school, and I go. In 3 minutes, I go, "This is it. This is the business for me." And that was the last time it was that easy. Then struggled
from there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Then you cut to the years where you're just surviving on one packet of ramen noodle soup, for a week,
What do you learn from those moments, though?
I'll tell you what I learned is that it's actually turns out to be fun memories, kind of in a weird way. I remember those days of struggling and just trying to I just wanted to hit it and I wanted to break and I would work any gig I can get. If I was lucky to get 10 minutes at the Improv, it meant so much to me just to get up on stage time. And the Improv is even better than any other comedy club because they would give you food. And so and of course, chicken nuggets was my choice of food, but my mom would be all psyched that, I went to the Improv and they fed me, but it was great. I love those times. It was like crashing on couches and, I had a car, which is a real.
Start your own business. Wonder how you'll bring in clients. Feel stuck. Let Intuit generate effective marketing campaigns to grow your business for you. Win more clients. Book more projects.
We did it!
Realize that more projects doesn't always equal more cash. Feel like you might throw up. Let Intuit find what you're owed and generate invoices and reminders to get you paid fast. Get paid fast. Grow your business. Feel like a boss. Intuit. Your way to money.
Fun memories, kind of, in a weird way. I remember those days of struggling and just trying to I just wanted to hit it and I wanted to break and I would work any gig I can get. If I was lucky to get 10 minutes at the Improv, it meant so much to me just to get up on stage time. And the Improv is even better than any other comedy club because they would give you food. And so and of course, chicken nuggets was my choice of food, but my mom would be all psyched that, I went to the Improv and they fed me, but it was great. I love those times. It was like crashing on couches and, I had a car, which is a real advantage in LA. I moved out to LA. I dropped out of college and I moved to LA to pursue my dream. I wanted to be on Saturday Night Live and I figured I'd go out to LA and I get a manager that worked at Brillstein Gray, which is
the big firm, right?
That's what I thought. All the stories I heard is that Brillstein Gray had like Belushi and stuff like that. So I kind of knew that they had like Sandler was there. And so I figured if I got somehow involved with Brillstein Gray, I can get on Saturday Night Live or get an audition at least. So that was kind of my goal. So I moved out to LA and I signed with a great manager. Her name was Randy Siegel, who came from Brillstein Gray, but she had left and started her own management company.
Right time for the both of you.
And she's a genius. She was brilliant for me and really gave me my start and helped me out.
Goosebumps.
And we used to go and run the act and run the act and run the act and the troll dolls, the troll dolls, the troll dolls. Then I added music and I started playing like, impressions of like, the Cure and who else was I doing? I was doing Pearl Jam and Four Non Blondes, just singing about this troll doll, and that was my whole act. And I worked years just on 10 minutes. I mean, my whole act, I started doing colleges a little bit, so maybe I would say 45 minutes long, 15 minutes long of an act, and out of that 50 minutes, maybe 12 were good.
Can you explain to me, like, you just kept working the same set over and over again until perfection?
Correct.
Can you explain to me the mindset there? Because I've heard comedians say that, like, dude, they archive their jokes, but like it's on to the next, essentially.
I don't know how comedians today do it because I'm from a different school, but we would hone it, and every second of my sentence, the way I would go up in a thing or go down, it was all planned, and go like, I messed it up, I went up in that when normally I should have gone down, and I forgot to do this part where and so you really study. I typed it all out and I would record myself and watch the same 10 minutes over and over again, like analyzing a football game, or a baseball game, and going like, no, you could have had this play here if you tackled them here. And I really studied it, and along with my manager, and which was it's actually, I look back and laugh because I had a manager. It was a big deal.
Okay.
And I didn't have an agent. And so it's just odd order to go. Usually you get an agent, then you get a manager or something like that, and so I was very lucky to have a manager. And so I got booked at the Montreal Comedy Festival. This is a big deal for comedians on a thing called New Faces. Yeah. And so when you go on New Faces, you go up on stage, you're brand new, no one knows who you are. And all these agents watch you, they're in the audience. And if they want to sign you, they'll come up and they'll sign you. So my manager said, hey, when you finish your act, don't do anything. Don't freak out. I will be there on the side of the stage. I will deflect, and I'll get everyone's number, and we'll set up meetings, and don't worry about it, Jimmy. All good. I go on stage, New Faces, my big break, and I totally bomb. It just didn't work. my troll doll act did not work.
You've been working on this 10, 15 minutes for...
Oh, boy, trust me. Did I go through that in my brain? I've done this a zillion times. No, it just didn't catch on. I just didn't catch, and it just flopped. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever done, but it wasn't great. And anyway, I could feel it. I was wearing my most expensive shirt. I owned like a golf shirt from the Gap, or and I had I would wear on special occasions. I had Nikes that I would wear that were good luck because I reminded me of like Seinfeld would wear Nikes. I was trying to get all the comedy god vibes of working, and I got off the stage, and no one was there. I don't even think my manager was there when I got off the stage. Like the side of the stage where apparently I was going to get bombarded by people, there was not one person, and I was like, "Oof, this is bad. This is where I should have had my choice of 5 agents, and I got 0 people, and it just didn't work." And I go, "Wow." And I was gonna, get my troll and pack it up and go back home.
Were you really ready to bail?
Well, I mean, there's nothing else for me to do there. I was booked just for that thing, and then you kind of go home. So I was like, it was depressing and sad, and you go, all right. And I was ready to leave, and then the heads of Montreal Comedy Festival, I knew them because they've seen my act, and I auditioned. You have to audition to get into this festival. It's not easy to get in. And they said, we know Jimmy, he's better than what he did. I'm sorry, he didn't do great. Would he want to open up for Penn and Teller at the Saint Denis Theater in Montreal? And I was like, oh my goodness. And I opened up for Penn and Teller, and I crushed. I had a great set.
Same set.
Same set.
Can you explain the difference between those sets and looking back?
No.
Or is there even one, or is it the audience?
Both. It was me and the audience. It just worked. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes things just work and sometimes they just don't. I mean, it was probably me. I was off, or I stumbled on something, or I was nervous, or I shook, or I did something that threw the audience. The first one was in a small club. The second one was in a theater. But it was electric, and every impression worked. And I got off the stage, and there was an agent waiting for me.
Were you leaving room for improv in those moments, or were you just sticking strictly to what you knew?
At the time, no improv. I was too nervous. I was like, I just didn't want to mess it up. And all I kept thinking was Saturday Night Live. That's really where I want to get to. I don't want a sitcom. I don't want a movie. I don't want anything else. I don't want to do anything else but Saturday Night Live. I was laser focused. I mean, when I cut into a birthday cake and I made a wish, I would wish to be on Saturday Night Live.
That's manifestation.
When I threw a coin in a fountain, Saturday Night Live, since I was in high school.
When did you first, what was your first introduction to Saturday Night Live? Do you remember?
I probably think I was maybe, 15 or so, and my parents would let me stay up and watch Saturday Night Live at my house Saturdays, and my friends would come over and we'd watch SNL, and, I would have potato chips and French onion dip made out of Lipton French onion mix. That was living the good life, man.
Yeah, but in those moments, like those are a lot is solidified.
And then
right? Like your understanding.
I still have it to this day. I still make that dip to this day, and I'll throw down a couple of Miller Lights. Why not?
Well, how much
Nice.
of how you operate today is still strategically placed, right? Or is it gotten to a point where it's muscle memory or unconscious competence? What is it?
Yeah, it is a mix of both now, but because now I'm here, like I said, probably 26 years. I've done the Tonight Show for 10.
Crazy.
I did Late Night for 6. So the Roots and I have been
Amazing.
together for 16 years, and I feel like home when I'm out there. On the stage, it feels like my living room. I can do anything. I feel free there. I know every corner of the place. Like Saturday Night Live, I got used to by the end of my 6th season or whatever. I loved the stage. One night I remember Horatio and I were going to come sleep on the stage on SNL and just sleep over and just see if the comedy gods would again like come into our souls. Like Belushi the ghost would come in and go like, "You guys are gonna be okay."
And what happened?
We never did it. We never slept. We slept over. We used to do that a lot in these office buildings. Like SNL, you'd write until 4 or 5 in the morning, and then take a nap and wake up the next day, and you have to read through. Was the next day, so we'd have blankets and pillows in the office.
That's fun.
It was fun. I mean, I couldn't do it now. Obviously, I have a family, but it was a great cast. I had like Anna Gasteyer, Will Ferrell, Molly Shannon, Tina Fey, Colin Quinn, Tracy Morgan, Cherry O'Terry, Chris Kattan. We would all just goof off and improvise, and great writers as well on the show. And we just improvise and joke and write until so like 4 a.m, then take a nap, and then wake up. I mean, we live together. It's like a family.
Is the legacy and responsibility of what you're doing weighing on you throughout the process, or you have to just park it at the door?
I mean, legacy of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, and the weight
course.
of, I mean, you're coming in to channel the ghost of Jim Belushi.
Yeah. John Belushi.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Jim's alive and
Yeah,
well,
I'm so
but I mean,
sorry.
one day he'll pass, and when he does, he'll
We'll be
hopefully,
prepared.
Yes, I'll be prepared to talk to Jim as well. I mean, there's that pressure, of Saturday Night Live, and you want to score. I mean, I would do anything to be on the show. I remember once I was playing a bear in a sketch. I think Horatio wrote this sketch. It was like he had PTSD because the bear ate his parents. And he kept bringing that up at this holiday party he was at. And then I came in dressed as a bear, and he freaked out and jumped out the window. And it didn't really go anywhere. But I remember going like, what a waste of, what I can do. They're wasting my talent. I could do better than a bear walking around in a bear costume. I could do impressions. I could sing. And I go, maybe no one gets me here, or whatever I was complaining about. And I remember looking at the monitor as I was leaving. It was probably 11 o'clock or midnight on a Friday, and Will Ferrell was shirtless, and he had 2 electrodes strapped to his nipples, and they were throwing water on him, and he was fake getting electrocuted. And I go, you know what? I just stop complaining. That's commitment. That guy is taking one for the team. And yeah, a bear costume, of course, I would do anything. And that's my lesson. I go, anything that I could do to make the sketch funnier or better, I would do anything. I'd stay late, I'd write late, I'd hang out with people, I'd come in early. I just loved the show, lived and breathed Saturday Night Live.
When was the last time you were really challenged, creatively challenged?
Yeah.
I would say this record is pretty challenging. To write a song in general is pretty tough.
Right.
To write original songs, it's a really tough and interesting thing. I learned a lot on this, but to write original Christmas songs, you get kind of tired of, there's only so many things you can rhyme with jingle bells or mistletoe or whatever. And you're like, hey, this song's boring. This isn't creative. This isn't, but so I kept trying to stretch myself and go like, oh, maybe this will be funny, or maybe I'll try this, or, and so, and then Republic, who's the record label I'm with, were great. And they set me up with writers, like professional songwriters. And so these strangers, I would meet these people, I don't know them, and we'd sit around the room for like 3 hours in a recording studio and write a song. And I've never done that before in my life.
Have you ever written a song on your own?
Yeah, I've written a bunch of those. I mean, but they're goofy, and I'm fine. I wrote 3 or 4 of these ones on my own out of the 16 on this album. But when you write with someone else, it's it's a challenge.
Oh yeah, because you have to get to know each other. You want to be
Exactly
vulnerable.
right.
You got to throw shit at the wall to see
You
what
have to get
sticks.
you have to get to know each other, and you go like, oh, Jimmy likes this, or oh, Mark likes this,
Totally.
or so it's interesting to play off of, like, for instance, there's this Jonas Brothers song that we do on the album. It's called Holiday, and when it was starting out, I was at this recording studio called Sound Factory in LA. There's no reason I should be in this place at all. It's too good for me. And I'm in there. I'm like, oh my God, we got to do a fun song, like a Blame It on the Boogie, or some type of jam. We got to get some type of roller disco jam. And so I was like, let's do something like that. And so I can play what I have on my phone. You record like a scratch. Originally, the song was called Silent Night. It wasn't called Holiday. And this is us. Listen. Oh, raise the volume. Sorry. I'm not drunk. This is how he sings. So I was like, it's a silent night, it's a silent, right, whatever. So that turned into holiday, trying to celebrate that,
A mumble into lyrics.
Yes. You mumble in,
Yeah.
you get a tune.
Very real.
And then you write the thing, and then I had a scratch, and I did the best scratch I could possibly do, and trying to sound like a pop singer. And then we sent that scratch to the Jonas Brothers and go, would you guys want to collab on this? And they're like, yeah, we love it. Let's play.
Okay, are you channeling a character when you're recording this album, or are you channeling yourself?
Oh, it's interesting. Certain ones are me, and certain ones are. This one is a little Michael Jackson-y, Timberlake-y for me in my head. In my head, it sounds like who I think it sounds like, but when you listen to it, you go, that sounds like you.
Yeah, no, that is true. And by the way, I hear like on some of the records, I love all of them. I was actually really surprised. I gotta say, like, Jimmy a Christmas album is like one of the biggest undertakings, and it can either go really well or like fall on deaf ears and nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like there's a bear shit in the woods. Like nobody knows.
Exactly.
This is the opposite. It's fucking great.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah. You have a couple hits on here. Holiday's amazing. I'm really obsessed with the one with Chelsea Handler, the story that goes back and forth. It's just, dude, it's folky. It just feels good. It feels like an Americana Christmas song.
That was in my head. I was picturing, it's not what it turned out to be, but in my head, it was like, I was picturing a one night stand of some really weird dude, maybe with like a bowl cut or something, I don't know, in bed. And he's just going, I want to wish you a merry, happy Christmas. Merry, 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 happy, happy, merry, merry. Did you hear what they said? A happy, merry, merry, happy Christmas, Christmas. And then finally she rolls over and goes, will you shut up, you idiot? I'm Jewish. And that I thought was funny. So we did that. And it's kind of got that in my head. I know it sounds like me, but in my head, I was doing
You're channeling something.
John Lennon.
Yeah, I can hear it. It gives like folky Americana, like very Beatles era.
I was doing it. That's
I can hear your tone in it. And then sometimes you use a little auto tune on some things.
Oh, completely. I auto tuned on a Dolly Parton song, and then I auto tuned on. I auto tuned on maybe 3 or 4 songs just to kind of get the notes and find out. The Dolly Parton was the most auto tuned, but it's fun. It's like I did it not pretending I would be sounding good, but I did it on purpose.
No, but also like it's you next to Dolly Parton telling a real story. So like what the fuck?
I know what is going on. I was like, no, the whole thing was bizarre. I'm like, Dolly came on my show and I go, I had this idea for maybe doing a Christmas album eventually. Would you ever want to do something? She's like, I don't even know what gave me the confidence to ask Dolly Parton that, but she was like, I would love to, and she's so charming and she's just gorgeous and everything you could think about Dolly Parton. And she was like, will you do something if I do a holiday album? I go, this is unbelievable. I go, yeah. So what do you want me to do? She goes, let's do all I Want for Christmas. I go, I'm in, done, love it. So in my head, I'm thinking she wants, there's an old novelty song. It goes like, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Yeah. And I go, okay, I can do that. It wasn't. It was the Mariah Carey song.
Oh.
And I go, Dolly, I can't hit these notes at all. I mean, you're going to have to really auto-tune.
Lower the key.
Yeah, something. She's like, Jimmy, I got you. So she sang the high notes and I taught me the harmony of the low notes. And Dolly Parton taught me the harmony for that song. And then in return, she did Almost Too Early for Christmas on my album, which is opening the doors for Mariah Carey to open the doors. It's a double door.
A lot of doors.
Yeah.
Can you explain the process of this album? Because it started years ago.
Yeah.
Was it pre-COVID or right 2020?
I think it was COVID. It was right around COVID. And I was just looking for something that everyone can just... We were doing the show from my house on an iPhone.
I remember this.
My wife, actually, I give her credit. She's awesome. She was like, what's the plan? What are you going to do? And I go, there is no plan. We're just off for 2 weeks. Everyone at NBC is off. She was like, I think you have to just do something, dude. This is when people need you. Like, this is your job. Like, you have to just even record yourself on your phone, get a tripod, do a show, and tell everyone, like, you're going through the same thing and we're going to be okay, And I was like, okay. We didn't, everyone was freaked out. So we had no writers, we had no directors, no editors, nothing.
But also, what an amazing partner that is to see the best in you and understand exactly what your role is and to understand the common thread that links everybody.
Yeah, I'm lucked out. I really lucked
that's
out.
incredible.
Yeah, she's amazing. The best thing that ever happened to me is my wife. And so we did this and just started doing little bits. And then as it got crazier and we had to stay home longer, we just did the full show and writers started coming back and emailing jokes. And then we had a monologue, but I would read off of paper. And then I obviously had no cue cards or teleprompter, so I would tape. I would print out things on a printer, and I was hoping that we didn't run out of ink because I didn't have Amazon to give me. I couldn't go anywhere. You're not allowed to leave the house. So I would tape words of things underneath the camera, and if I'm doing an impression of Neil Young, I would read underneath the camera, like whatever song I was singing, or if I was doing a spoof of James Taylor, I set up the camera 3 different ways, and I did the performance 3 separate times.
Great coverage.
So that coverage. Yeah. So you have coverage for editing. But we didn't have 3 cameras. Like right now, you have one.
So you use the same iPhone 3 times.
Correct.
Sick.
And had to just perform it 3 times. So weird. It was so weird and bizarre. I'm happy. I'm so happy it's over. It was such a headache to do, and but it made me miss and feel grateful for what I have. I mean, gosh, I love my camera operators. I love you guys so much. And I love editors, and I love sound people, and I love directors, and I love writers, and I love cue card operators and teleprompter. I love all that stuff, and I miss it.
So where in all of that does Chipmunks and Chestnuts come out? Like, I'm confused. You have 1,000 other things going on.
All right, thank you.
You're figuring out how to produce a show on your own.
Here's where Chipmunks and Chestnuts came out of. So,
It was the first one, right?
yeah, really the first one was Michelle Anthony, who is a unbelievable legend over at Universal Music. Amazing story. She's basically she's the head. She's running it. It's Lucian, and then it's Michelle Anthony. And I met her, and I was talking to her. She goes, "Jimmy, you should do an album. You have a good voice, and you should do like 12 Days of Christmas Sweaters with what you do on the Tonight Show. Do 12 classic songs with a big band, and come out with a cover album." I go, "Cool. I'd love to do that. That's a great opportunity." So I went and I recorded a song, and Zach, it was the corniest. It was so bad. I was so embarrassed as I was recording it. I was like, this might be the worst thing. And I've done some bad, embarrassing things, but this one was like, I think it was like, oh man, I'm trying to remember the song. Maybe Sleigh Ride.
Ooh.
And I'm like, just hear those sleigh bells. Like, serious. I was trying.
Yeah, because you have to take it seriously, because you have to give it your all.
It's so bad. Hopefully they burned the recording. I don't even know what they recorded. They deleted it. It was so, my face was red. I was sweating from embarrassment for myself. And I go, hey, I don't know if this is the move. I don't know if I should do 12 cover songs. I'm not Michael Bublé. He's good at this. He can do it. I'm not Kelly Clarkson. I have different talents. And they go, what do you want to do? I go, well, I have this idea for a song called Chipmunks and Chestnuts. And I could just feel everyone at the label going, oh no. We're going to lose a lot of money on this. This is a disaster. Why do we let this idiot into any recording studio? Oh no. And we recorded it, and I played all the instruments on it. And I didn't have a band. I mean, so I was going around hitting
I'm that guy. What's up?
There's all stuff at Electric Lady. I'm like, dude, Xylophone Glockenspiel? And I'm like, ding, 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 dong. And then I'm finding, we actually found tubular bells.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's how like people put echo, on, a garage band or whatever. In Electric Lady, there's an echo room. Like, this is how they used to do it. They play your recording through a room, and the room is an echo, and they record it with a microphone.
Whoa.
With like these kind of, I don't know if they're concrete or metal slates that like little walls in a room to make it echo, and you can control the echo on it.
Genius.
It's fantastic.
That's crazy.
Dude, I learned so much stuff. There's a river that runs through, there's a stream that runs underneath Electric Lady in New York City.
No.
Yeah.
What?
If you pull up the floor, back in the day when they built it over, there's a waterway. There's like a river that runs through Electric Lady, and if you pull out the floorboard, you'll see it. I mean, it's a full-on stream.
Would you do the whole album there? Would you want to do that?
I did the whole album at Electric Lady, yeah.
And who do you set the room up with?
You set it up with, they'll set you up with an engineer. John Rooney was the engineer. And so that poor man, he was stuck with me. Oh, poor man, he's a kid. But he would be stuck with me every night going, what is this? Take 23 of Chipmunks and Chestnuts, or all right, take 15 of Christmas Ding Dong. Go for it, Jimmy. And he's like, wow. And I would try to play drums. I mean, there's a couple songs where I'd play drums on it. I would just be like hitting the snare. I'd be like, pa, 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 for the whole song. Then we play the whole song back, and I would play the bass.
It's giving a man shooting a show with one iPhone.
Correct. And so I played, I had drum fills like, that's just all me, but edited by John Rooney. Yeah.
So the whole album is just you?
No.
Just Chipmunks.
Yeah, I think you could tell which songs are me and which songs are professional. But Chipmunks and Chestnuts, I'll see if I can find that one on my phone. Because all of these stuffs, I kind of wake up in the middle of the night and I go, I think I have an idea for a song. My poor wife, again, she's probably like, what is wrong with you? But this is Chipmunks and Chestnuts. Maybe is this. I have no words yet, but I'm like. keeps going higher. So my idea was that it's a man who sings out of his range, and he keeps modulating till it's at the point where it's almost ears splitting, like blood will come out of your ear. You're like,
So
hey,
crazy.
dude, you don't. You started too high. You don't need to do this. Like, just sing Chipmunks. But he's like, everyone's waiting for all these two things. And everyone's like, dude, chill out. What are you saying? It's like Slim
No,
Whitman
that's
almost
crazy.
meets Roy Orbison. But the guy thinks in his head that he's talented and he's singing a beautiful ballad. So I thought that's funny to me. So, and Chipmunks, I was thinking of like, Alvin and the Chipmunks and roasting chestnuts.
Yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. This is the time of year. If you're in
Chestnuts are everywhere.
That's-
if you're in the chestnut business,
You're
now is money.
you're in the black, dude.
Dude, this you're in the black at this point.
You're rich.
Yeah, summer, July. Oh, your chestnut business. I mean, you better stock up on that winter chestnut roasting money. I mean, I don't even know if they even roast chestnuts anymore.
I don't know.
Like, those nuts for
I don't
nuts
think I've
carts?
actually seen. Oh yeah, where are the nuts carts around these parts?
Dude, I think nuts for nuts are going up. I don't know, man. I don't see nuts for nuts anymore.
Sucks.
But I mean, hopefully this is a revival for anyone in the chestnut farmers out there.
So how much of these songs start with stories? Like, are you coming up with a story and then setting that as the North Star and like kind of filling it in from there?
Yeah. I would think of a bit like Thanksgiving Eve. I go, this should be a song about, this should be a holiday. But the night before you go home, the night before Thanksgiving, everyone goes home to their hometown, especially like if you're lucky enough to go to college, you go back to your hometown and all your high school buddies meet at a bar and you all talk about and you're all older and some are balder and some are, and you just talk and you go, what is going on? It's just life. And so I wanted to do that was inspired by like Bob Dylan, like bootleg series. I go, what if you just found this weird Bob Dylan record where he's singing about, we got to go home for Thanksgiving. Everybody's here. And it's like, so that was my kind of take on that one. And then I just kind of wrote that with some writers that I played with, on Tonight Show and Late Night and Saturday Night Live. We all got together. And again, we kind of all played the instruments on that one.
So, okay, for a story like, I don't know, Hey Rudy, are you just trying to think of a different take on Rudolph?
Yeah. So that originally, Hey Rudy, that was written by these great writer-producers, John Stone and Sean Douglas and this guy, Ten Rock. They had a song, and so they had a song, it was called Mr. C, like for Mr. Claus. Mr. C, can you something about time? And I was like, I don't know if I would ever call Santa Claus Mr. C.
Yeah.
Does anyone?
No, it sounds like a gym teacher I had in middle school.
It sounds like a sitcom on TJF on ABC, Mr. C, and he's like Mr. Cool or something. But so I go, I let's work on that. So we stayed again till like 4 a.m, and I was like, maybe it was like, Hey Rudy, and you're talking to Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, like, hey Rudy, yo, get this sled over here and get Santa so I want my presents because I can't sleep, man. I'm wearing my pajamas. I want to, but I'm singing fa la 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 la. I'm doing all my things. I'm a good kid, and now I want my presents. Let's go. I'm like, hey Rudy, hurry up. So then we're like, oh, that's good. So we go, hey Rudy, keep on shining through the night with your red nose. And then we added like a Bee Gees background to it. And then I wanted to put like a rap in the top, almost like, do you know the Avalanches? So almost like that Because I'm Me type of song. It comes with like, did it, and he's like, yeah, da-da-da, who's not, ba-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. So I go, let's add that in there. And so Tariq Black Thought from The Roots improvised and wrote that one just on the spot. And I asked him to do that, and it was nuts. And it turned out to be a good jam. I think that one's got a little radio potential too. And we're going to do that at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which we've done for 10 years now.
It's crazy. It's a staple to see you guys on that float.
It's the best.
It's weird if I
weirdest-
don't see you with a scarf.
It's the scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel right, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's an odd thing. You get to Central Park for the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade around probably 6 a.m, and you load onto a bus while your float goes down and like the giant balloons are turning the corner just so everything's timed out perfectly. And you're on this bus and sometimes you're on the bus and like Miss America comes on or something, And one year I remember Ronald McDonald came on
Yeah.
And he's full on dressed as Ronald McDonald, like
Dude.
yellow jodhpurs, the wig, his clown makeup, and he's having a coffee and he's talking to me like
Yes.
he's normal, like nothing's. He's like
He didn't keep character?
he's like, yo, the city's like, what do you think of the mayor? And like, I don't know, the subway. And I go, hey, dude, I can't have a normal conversation.
Oh, sorry.
You're dressed as Ronald McDonald. You're a clown. Like, this is weird for me.
And he's embodying something bigger.
I
And
have
you know
to go
what?
to therapy. I can't have a conversation with Ronald McDonald and act like you're not Ronald McDonald.
That's true. Ronald should know about Mary.
I mean, maybe could do it now a little bit just because I understand it's an act. But I mean, I couldn't get over I couldn't have it jump right in. It's a jump in the deep end. You go, I can't have a normal conversation. You're dressed as a childhood mythical clown.
Who taught you about mumbling to find lyrics? Because it is a really common thing.
I just mumble my whole lifetime. I remember there was a comedy club owner when I did, gosh, I can't remember where it was. It was upstate somewhere. I drove myself. I did this gig. It was a comedy club, and then I slept in the apartment above the comedy club. He would just have the comedians sleep up there in like a little a loft or something. And I think maybe, and so I did my act, and I did well. And he goes, can I give you some advice? I go, yeah. He goes, you mumble when you talk. I go, I know I do. He goes, watch British movies and TV shows, like watch Monty Python, and listen to the way they talk and imitate that, and that might help you not mumble.
Diction.
Diction, yeah. And it didn't really help me, but I just started adding a British accent into my act so that people could understand the setup, and then I would mumble the punchline.
When did you apply that to music for the first time?
I think what I've learned through Saturday Night Live and Late Night and Tonight Show is that any idea, you never know what's going to spark, what's going to stick, but you have to get it out of your brain, and you have to let everyone know that you're thinking it. It could be the worst idea in the world, but just say it. And if it does spark and turn into something, you go, I'm so happy I said it. It feels good. Like, to have this album come out and now it's available. I mean, you're holding a vinyl.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's a crazy thing for me. 3 years in the making. It's the most. I can't even tell you. As a comedian, you don't get stuff like this. Like, you have, if you're lucky enough to have something released, it's cool. But to actually have someone put thought into it, and anything I asked for, they did for me. I did a photo shoot of me skiing in a tuxedo. I have a pull-up. Yeah, look at that.
That's good.
That's a nice photo of Ryan Seacrest right there.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but that's me. And I signed, by the way, I really did sign those. I signed like 6,000 autographs. And then I had to sign a contract saying that I legally signed. Like
Authentication, so when they sell it.
Yeah, I guess people are having robots.
Yeah,
sign
the
their-
electric pen. The president uses that from time to time.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
Do I have a fake president?
You could, no. No, I'm sure, like, you're
How do I
Jimmy
authentic-
Fallon, you're getting a real letter.
Yeah.
How do I know?
I don't know. Well, a lot
How
of
do we
people,
authenticate this?
that's a good, I mean,
I might have a fake Obama.
I could probably find a guy.
You could?
Yeah.
I'll give you my autograph.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you tell me if it's legit. I need someone.
got it.
Yeah.
Where do we go to, like Antiques Roadshow? That's the first. Why would
The
I call
Gold and
them?
Silver Pawn Shop in Vegas?
That's the only people I can think of. Who else can authenticate anything if anything's real or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's real anymore. But also look at this. Let me show you the vinyl.
please.
This one is
Oh, wow.
candy cane vinyl.
Whoa.
Is that rad?
By the way, you can grab them on Amazon, I'm sure. We're going to put a link below. Stunning.
It's kind of fun, right?
Have you seen how vinyls are pressed?
I think I saw a thing like
It's a great TikTok to
like
get
a
on.
Jack White thing.
Like, there's like,
Third Man Records.
ooh, and you see like they put the ball of clay and then
Smush it down.
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy. Like there's a whole sub TikTok where like people just film themselves pressing records.
TikTok has changed everything. I just watched,
TikTok has
which I realized I gotta
everything
get back to work. I was
about
watching
it.
a TikTok of someone
It changes like
putting
lot
it on a
of
wax
eyes, though.
tube. I guess that was like the first recorded thing, before it was a record. Thomas Edison created it was like a tube
Whoa.
of wax, and they put Notorious B.I.G. on a wax tube and then played it through the, Parlophone or whatever it was.
Wait, that's amazing.
And it's like scratch it like it was all a dream. I used to
The
time
way
out.
it was intended.
Word Up magazine. Yeah, the way it was intended. Exactly.
And after that, you swiped and you found the Rizzler, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and then I found the Rizzler. Dude, I had the Rizzler on the show, and I go, how do you do the Riz face? He goes, you put your hand over one eye, and you suck your cheeks in.
You did a good job with it.
And I go, hey, that's not really how you do the Rizzler. I go, it's all this. He does like shush. He shushes.
Yeah.
He does shush people.
He shushed me like 3 or 4 times. The Rizzler.
How'd that make you
That's
feel?
crazy. That's actually crazy.
Beneath him.
The way it's meant to be.
The Rizzler, you showed me
way-
what's
Hey,
what.
the way
You told
we
me
all
what,
intended.
the way the world was intended. I go, this little 8-year-old is telling me, dude, shushing me on my show.
It's
He was
like-
actually, he was really cute,
Like,
man. And everyone
I
loved him.
still
Anytime we
think
did
the Rizzler
the Riz face or did
still-
the
They
thing,
freak out.
they freak out. And AJ is like, we got the boom. And I go,
But that's
love it.
That's,
It was the
that's
biggest thing
based on my
ever.
opinion.
What do you think of like? I mean,
I
dude,
think
last question, and then we gotta go.
I-
But
Oh,
like,
I'm so
They're
happy
still
to talk to you. I
worse
could talk to you for
than-
4 hours.
genuinely, I
Yeah,
really
I
appreciate
love
the
it.
this.
game Rock and the Rizzler are still worse.
Culture changes, things ebb and flow. But like, what is success to you today? Like, how do you define it? Does that even matter to you?
I mean, success. I think I've tasted it, and so I think now it's more gratitude. Where it's like this having an album is success, but I mean, a family is success. Taking care of your kids. If you're lucky enough, or if you want kids to have kids, you realize that your life you're just doing it for them, and it's all about that now. So whatever I do, I'm doing it for them so that they can have experiences in a life that I didn't get to have. I'm not saying I had a bad life. I had a great life, and I wouldn't change a thing. But you think about that. So that's kind of success for me. Like I want them to love me, and I want them to, at the end of the day when I'm on my deathbed, I want them to be there, going, "Yeah, we loved you, Dad."
Yeah.
And I want maybe Jim Belushi to show up, ghost or non-ghost. I mean, I'll take real Jim Belushi, but if he outlives me, God bless him.
Dude, he had a really good show, according to Jim. Or is that the show?
Of course it was.
Great
What
show.
else would you call it? According to John? I mean, that would be weird. Right? It's like, that'd be so torturous. Would that be? According to Jim, fantastic. He's actually, dude, and can sing, talented dude. Yeah, I'd love for him to be there.
Will you do an album that's not Christmas one day?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had to be comedy. Yeah, I can't do a serious thing. I already tried with this cover album, and it was pretty rough. I did do one cover song that's going to be on like a deluxe thing, but one night I went. It was a blizzard in Manhattan, which is rare anymore. But it was a blizzard. Do you remember snow?
Yeah, polar vortex. Remember when they would warn you about the polar vortex?
Dude,
and you'd go outside and you get ice on your freaking eyebrows?
Yes.
Where'd she go?
No one snows. It doesn't snow anymore. No one shovels. So one night it was a blizzard in Manhattan. And I called I go, dude, I'm going to go home. I have to go to Elect Lady, but I'll cancel because no one's going. It's a full-on blizzard. And my wife was like, just go.
Again.
I know.
She's amazing.
She's unbelievable. Pushes me, really inspires me. So I went. No one was there except this engineer, John Rooney. And I was just like, what do we do? And like, I had some bad songs like Secret Santa that's just bad. It's worse than, Christmas Ding Dong or whatever. But it's like, I was trying that. I went out and I go, hey, this is perfect. Let's just do maybe Silent Night. Because it actually was a silent night. So I sang Silent Night, played the guitar. I played, instead of drums, I played the mic box that the microphone was in and it was actually, and I harmonized with myself. And it turned out to be kind of a perfect version in my head of what I would think Silent Night is, because it actually was the most quietest night in Manhattan.
That's so exciting.
It's kind of a cool vibe. It's a weird version of it, but I like it.
Yeah.
Do you think you need to make the other songs before you can successfully record that cover? Right? Like it took getting the rest of the album under your belt?
I will never do that cover. I will never sing whatever.
Live.
Oh, I'll sing live. Oh, I don't care about that.
No, I mean that one cover of Silent Night. Like,
Silent Night I
why-
can do it. No, that was a good one. Sleigh Ride was terrible.
Yeah, but the reason why Silent Night went well was because you had
Oh, yeah.
you did a
interesting.
bunch of songs before then. Plus, it was just you and
But
this
the other one was
guy.
like big bandy and had horns, and it
Huge.
was like, it
Not
was
you.
out of my wheelhouse. It was not me. It wasn't actually, this album is me.
And to be honest, like it took the vulnerability of you just doing it with one guy for you to use a microphone box as an instrument.
Yeah.
Because like
I know.
imagine going to like real musicians and going, "No, sorry, man, your drums are cool, but I got this fucking microphone box."
Yeah, where's the box that the drums came in? Can I play that? It's like, you moron. But it turned out great. It was actually different. And you can't recreate it. I remember recording it. I was there, and that memory is in my head. And I go, I wouldn't want it to be done any different. It's perfect the way it is.
Yeah.
Listen, holiday seasoning. It's waiting for you.
Yeah.
On Amazon Music. Tell Alexa to play it. Thank you, Jimmy Fallon.
The best.
You're really incredible.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And let's talk about furniture next time we talk.
I would love
Let's
that.
get into, you should get into the couch business.
Yeah, I mean, dude, love seats. Oh, my-
Removable ottoman. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm telling you, modular is the future.
I understand.
Jimmy Fallon, everybody.
anyway, that's all we have. Know your boy, and saving you another podcast episode for you guys. Make sure you nobody cares about that song. So yeah, so I was saying that your boy saving another podcast episode for you guys, and stuff like that. But so I can say it. What was I about to say? Yeah. If you want more of my Best Friends podcast, make sure you follow me on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Deezer. And go to the podcast website and make sure go to the podcast merch. All links are down below. And I will see you all there, guys. Bye, guys.